We're going into 2023. You're thinking about moving either into DFW and you're wondering what's the best suburbs and where should we look at. Today, let's talk about it. We're gonna go through the niche.com 2022 DFW top 12 suburbs here in the DFW Metroplex. And then at the end of the video, I will be sure to give you some cities that I think that they missed. So let's jump in and talk about the top 12 best suburbs in DFW going into 2023. Let's hit it. At number 12, we have Fairview. Fairview is a suburb in the north section of Dallas. You're gonna see the niche grade. Again, in all these, you're probably gonna see a continual theme of like overall A+ rating. So we'll talk about that. I think overall, I have no complaints with Fairview. It's starting to grow. They're almost at that 10,000 person mark in the city. So it's continuing to grow, as is everything to the north. So reviews from people that live there, overall, they give it a 4.5 stars. So Fairview could be a solid fit. Number 11 brings us to Trophy Club, Denton County, population just over 11,000 people. I think the biggest thing on their niche score is the outdoor activities. From what I remember driving through Trophy Club, they're building more and more parks. So it's interesting that they gave that a C+. Commute-wise, C+. I could see that as the infrastructure on the highways is just, they're figuring it out. There's a ton of construction, so I think that's going to go up. Reviews from people who live there, 4.5 stars. So Trophy Club at 11. Number 10, and personally, I think this one is a little bit low on the list, just comparative to what I know about this one. But at number 10, we have the city of Murphy, which is just right outside of Saxe and Wiley in Collin County. So it's on the northeast side of the DFW Metroplex. Give it a good grade. One of the things that's interesting on theirs is their report card gives them a B- cost of living. I think that's an interesting thought because Murphy, comparative to like Wiley and Saxe and even going north into Plano, I think the cost of living in terms of housing is far more affordable there than it is in some of those other suburbs. So it's interesting that that got a B-. People that live there give it a 4.5 star review. It's close to the George Bush. So you've got good access on all sides there. So I think Murphy's a good sleeper. I'm surprised it's as low as it is. Number 9, and I think this is the one that has seen some massive growth. It's kind of landlocked. So it's interesting the way that this one has grown. This is Highland Park. Highland Park carries a population just under 10,000 people. There's not a lot of room for outward growth because, again, it is in the almost dead center of Dallas. You know, a lot of things happening there. It is going to be pricey. Median home values there are up over $1 million. So if you're looking for something, you know, centrally located in Dallas, I think Highland Park could be it. Just know that it's going to be expensive to live there, as you're going to be up over 7 figures to get into the Highland Park neighborhood. Number 8. 8 brings us to Richardson, Texas. So a suburb just north of Dallas, technically still sits in Dallas County. Population Richardson up over 100,000, almost 120,000 people. So this is our first large city that makes the top suburbs of DFW. On the reviews, 4 stars is what a lot of people give it. There's a lot of older neighborhoods, so a lot of established, really beautiful homes. There's a little bit of new construction happening. I think my favorite thing personally about Richardson is location. You've got great access to the highways, so you could commute into Dallas, you could commute north to Frisco. So I think it being in at number 8 is probably a really good call. Number 7 on the niche list is Colleyville. So we are up in Tarrant County, just past the airport, right around that Hurst, Euless, Bedford area. It's interesting. To me, I don't have any major complaints on their report card or things like that. I think the diversity being lower is kind of surprising, knowing I think the way that Colleyville is growing. So that one surprises me a little bit. As far as reviews go, they've given it a 4.5 stars on niche.com. So people who live there say that they love Colleyville. If you're somebody that needs to travel a lot for work, that puts you really close to the airport. So super convenient thing there. Population just under 27,000. Let's hit number 6. Number 6 on the niche.com top suburbs is Flower Mound. Flower Mound is, again, a little bit north of Colleyville. It's actually back in Denton County. Population there, almost 80,000 people. Good median home values. Review-wise, 4 stars on the review. Interesting thing on the report card, nothing to report there. I do think the crime and safety, it's a B-. I would up that probably to a B+ or an A. I just don't think, at least maybe I could be wrong, crime is there for that to be that low. Again, easy to commute from, lots of growth, great school districts. If you have band kids, side note, if you have kids that want to be in band, Flower Mound is known for having some of the best band programs in the nation. They continually compete for state titles. They continually compete for Bands of America. So if you have kids that are interested in band, that just might be something to consider as a little aside on Flower Mound. Top 5, Plano. Plano hits us on the top 5. I am not at all surprised by this. Plano is, again, just north of the DFW Metroplex, right there around Richardson, Collin County, one of our larger cities. So almost 300,000 people call Plano home. Review-wise, people that live there give it 4 stars. And then on their report card, again, no complaints whatsoever. Number 4, this one I actually thought would be a little bit higher than 4, but it's at 4. Number 4 is Frisco. No surprise that this made the list, graded out well. Frisco has boomed in the last decade. There is so much going on in Frisco, with the Star and construct, like nightlife, restaurants, easy access to, again, anywhere in the Metroplex. Toyota has moved their headquarters there. There's a lot going on. It is starting to get a little bit pricey. It's starting to get a little bit expensive when it comes to Frisco. It's rated as a 4.5 stars by people who live there. And in terms of real estate, again, we've talked about those prices appreciating. They're north of probably 400 and 500 in a property value. So at number 4, that brings us to Frisco. Number 3 is Southlake. Southlake is one of those communities that, you live around DFW, you've heard of Southlake, kind of a suburb of, like, over there by Roanoke Trophy Club, kind of Grapevine area. So they consider it a suburb of Fort Worth because it is Tarrant County. Median home prices, again, are very similar to Highland Park. Not as expensive, but still pretty expensive. So it's going to cost you, $600,000-$700,000 to get into Southlake. One of the challenges there is they are, again, landlocked around them. But a great place to live. People there give it a 4.5 stars to live there. On their report card, anything that stands out, I think everything is, cost of living is a B-. Again, I think that's a little weird that we would give Southlake a B- and we gave Murphy a B-. And I think Murphy is way more affordable than what Southlake is. So it's interesting to see kind of how those dynamics get graded out. Number 2, coming in at second, is University Park. So University Park is, so you've got Highland Park, and then just north of Highland Park, you've got University Park. So it is almost the heart of Dallas, Dallas County, population of 25,000 people. Real estate here is going to be expensive. It's median homes are up around that $1.4 million. It is 5-star review rated. People love it there. On their report card, I think everything almost grades out. A's and B. Cost of living, again, C+. Yeah, I would agree with that because it's gonna be expensive. But again, close access to everything. So if you're trying to get anywhere in Dallas and want good schools and things like that, University Park would be a great place to look. So number 1 on our list is the beautiful city of Coppell. Admittedly, I didn't know a whole lot about Coppell, so I saw this and I drove out there. I can see why it's number 1. Population right at 41,000 people. It is booming. It is beautiful. Map-wise, close to the airport, just south of Louisville, north of Irving, Las Colinas area. It is easy to see why Coppell is growing, and it's growing quickly. Also easy to see why people give it a 4-star review, grading it out on overall A+. So that is the top suburb that rounds out niche.com for Dallas going into 2023. I don't have any complaints on the list. I will tell you, I think there were 2 actually maybe 3 suburbs that surprised me that didn't make it. I think you'll see Rockwall make it on the list. It's a great suburb that's really affordable, close access to everything, great schools, great homes. It's growing, it's got lake access. So it surprises me that Rockwall didn't make the list. Second one that surprises me that didn't make the list, but I could see why it didn't, is Forney. Forney is booming. It is growing quickly in Kaufman County. There's tons of growth out there happening. It's not going to be a small town for long. I think that one of the reasons why it didn't make the list is that when it comes to like nightlife, jobs, and traffic, I think those are probably the 3 big things that kept Forney off the list. The third one that I'm surprised hasn't made the list, but I think will make the list at some point, is the like Melissa, Anna, that area that's growing very quickly. You're seeing a lot of families move out there. You're seeing the schools just explode. Great, parks and things going in. Those are the ones that I'm surprised didn't make the list, but that I would keep kind of a note on. So yeah, that's our top 12. Interesting to hear your thoughts. Maybe you have something different. Maybe there's one that we're missing. It was interesting to me, kind of the breakdown of where those suburbs fall and kind of how population is moving and things like that. So as always, if I could be of assistance to you, contact information is going to be down below on this video. Call me, text me. You're thinking about moving into DFW or you're moving to a different suburb in DFW. If I can help in any way, especially when it comes to new construction, I'd love to be there to help you do that. Reach out, ask any questions. I'm here for you and your family. Comment down below what your thoughts on some of these communities. Maybe we missed one. Maybe there's one we should definitely talk about that you're surprised is not on the list. Whatever it is, guys, I'm looking forward to 2023. I'm excited to grow with you, continue to help you as we explore the real estate market here in DFW. Thanks so much for watching this video. We'll see you in our next one. Guys, bye for now. Y'all have a great holiday season.